How many of you guys know what today is? If you had the opportunity to look in the calendar this morning, it would show not just June 21st, 2017, but today is summer solstice. And what that means is it's the longest day of the year in terms of the sunlight we receive since we are in the northern hemisphere. And while we are here spending our time indoors and not outdoors, no, not because the AC is on, it's comfortable here. But we all had that common thought that hit our mind that we could use and possibly needed some improvements in public speaking. So I will share with you and recommend what Toastmasters can do for you. Who in the right mind would want to stand in front of a crowd and speak to them? Especially if that situation is so scary and uncomfortable. Now, I want to ask, what was that thought you all had the very first time you came into this room? I would take a stab at it and say that that thought would be, where should I sit? Like entering a classroom for the very first time, you might veer off away from the main line of vision, away from where the host or the presenter may be, so you wouldn't be selected or chosen when you were picked. Because if they saw you, eye contact got caught, they would say, what do you think? And if they chose me, or they had the question, who would like to answer? Do I volunteer? I'm not going to raise my hand to answer anything. So why was I afraid to raise my hand and avoid answering such a question? Number one, I'm not prepared. Number two is, it's scary and I'm nervous. And who are these people I have to speak in front of? And if I said something wrong, like in a classroom setting, what do you think people would think? They would hear it and share with other people who are schoolmates, and everyone else would think I'm not cool. Would I want the people to think I'm uncool? That's not cool at all. So I could keep my mouth shut. Or if I do feel ambitious in trying to improve myself, I can go out and speak. Go out and speak. So that's one way to counter it. Or I can just go to the bathroom and look at the mirror 4 times a day, hoping for a change. Trust me, that doesn't work. I know. So what Toastmasters offers you is it allows you to manage your speaking anxiety much better, in that you can start strong and possibly end strong, and not speed through it trying to end your speech or presentation as soon as possible, getting out of that frantic situation you may have. And also you can have the opportunity to build your confidence, which is the most important thing effective public speakers can earn from such an experience. But we all know there always will be times that we want to speak up, but we held back. Wouldn't it be great to voice our opinions or have something to say at that board meeting? Maybe just say a few words, like the room is kind of hot. Turn on the air conditioning. Or without pacing back and forth, building up that courage to place that important phone call to a client. All these can help you in the long run and maybe spearheading your business into a prosperous plan that you may have to sell in long term. And also, being an effective public speaker can improve and also increase the number of opportunities you may have in your career and your personal life as you become more visible in the eyes of others. In your dating life, it definitely has an impact.
Go on.
I don't know whether you guys have realized that many people and more are out of practice in speaking. There was a time I could share with you, I think we could all relate. When you're seated in a classroom on one end and your crush is on the other end. So what goes through your mind is what to say. This thought process goes on for days, weeks, months. And eventually nothing is said out your mouth. And then one day, your crush comes over to you and asks, do you have a pen I can use? And you don't say anything. I didn't say anything from my experience. I just handed her the pen. And then she walked away. I don't know about your experience, but that was one experience. And then surely she would be proper. She would return the pen, say, thank you very much for the pen. And all you can muster up in your response is, no problem. Now, wouldn't it be great if you could be a bit more charming and actually say something? Do you know how important and what advantage you may have being able to speak to someone in this day and age? What an excellent time to be somebody who can actually speak to another human being. Ladies, do you understand? You no longer need to be competing with Marilyn Monroe. And as a guy, I'm so glad I don't need to compete with the James Bonds and the Don Drapers. Because do you think I, Cyrus, have a chance competing with them? You don't need to respond to that. I like my chances nowadays competing with the average Robert. Because Robert, he has no idea just like me. And he may take advice from some public figure or maybe our current president on how to speak with members of the opposite sex. Just grab them by the... Oh. So in Toastmasters, whether you're taking on a role, speaking, evaluating, or just participating in tape topics, there will always be something you learn and experiences that you gain. And you understand that the audience are not here to judge and nitpick every mistake you may have thought you had. But they are actually your peers. They're just like you and me and are sympathetic to your anxiety. So the next time you step up to the stage, think about all the possibilities your career and your personal life can take off and how it can improve. And stop worrying about what and how poorly you could have looked, but instead be proud of the step you actually took. Thank you.
Woo.